What is up, you guys? I'm Charmx. Today I'm going to be reacting to the worst thing that's ever happened to me by Jaden Animations. I love Jaden Animations. It's been a long time since Jaden Animations made a video, and a lot of bad things have happened to me in my life. I don't know. I don't particularly feel like sharing all of them, but yeah. Hopefully this will be quite interesting, and I'm not going to say hopefully it's going to be quite good because bad things that happen to you are never really good. But I guess I hope the video is well done. I don't know. But with that being said, the original link's in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Jaden Animations. Without any further ado, let's begin.
So imagine this. It's Christmas Eve. You're getting ready for bed and everything is prepared for the perfect Christmas morning. Chestnuts are roasting on an open fire.
I've always seen people mention that, you know, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Miss Kringle sniffing at your toes. You know, I've always seen people mention that, but like I've had chestnuts before, but I've never actually had, like, who roasts them on fire? Who does that? I've never seen anyone do that.
The cookies are out, the house is silent and calm. Everyone has the standard things on their Christmas list. Puppies, Nintendo Switches, for father to finally find milk. But yours is different. All your life, you've loved and have been fascinated.
Is that a joke of a father abandoning their family? You know, they're going out to find milk and they just never come back. Alright?
By insects. You were teased in school for catching ladybugs in the bushes, ostracized from everyone for gleefully watching the grasshoppers. You've spent years trying to repress your love for bugs, but you're finally embracing it. This year is different. You're going to ask Santa for the one thing that brings you joy in life. Ants.
Oh, like an ant farm? I actually like ant farms. I remember when I was younger I had one. They're really cool. I don't know, I like seeing how they, you know, they build their little communities and whatnot. They dig their holes. I don't know, I find them quite cool.
Tuck yourself into bed awaiting the early morning to see if your wish comes true. And as you're thinking about parenting your future ants, your eyelids feel heavy as you drift off to sleep. You don't know how many hours have passed, but you're suddenly awakened by a strange sensation. Your body is burning, flaring up, itching everywhere. The worst itching—
Allergic reaction? Or like, I don't know, what else could it be?
—you've ever experienced in your life. What's happening? Is it a Christmas miracle? Did you finally receive the ants you were desperately hoping for? Your skin is getting more and more itchy by the second. You're in the most discomfort you've ever felt, and you feel like you're gonna cry from pain.
This seems like it's an allergic reaction, or I don't know. I don't think it's hives. What else could it be? What's the freaking disease people get? It's like polka dots everywhere. Frig, I forget the name.
No doubt about it. Ants. All over. You rip open the sheets to find— oh, it's not a whole colony of ants attacking you. It's hives.
Oh, it is hives.
So back to me. I've never had hives until last December, and it was the worst thing that's ever physically happened to me. Around the night of the 21st, I was relaxing and playing video games on my couch. Ari was on me because it's snuggly and nice, but about an hour or so in, I started feeling itchy around my neck and shoulders where he'd—
Are you allergic to the bird?
—been sitting. I didn't think much of it, but when I was getting ready for bed, I realized the area that was itchy was actually kind of red. On paper, that seems a bit like, that's not really normal, but you scratch yourself all the time and get a bit red. I just thought, Ari's nails are probably a bit too long and irritated
You're allergic to Ari. Oh, that sucks.
my skin. I'll have to cut them tomorrow. And left it at that. 4 a.m., I'm woken up by more itchy. I itched it, and it got double itchy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that doesn't seem right. I went to the bathroom to see what was up, and the area that was irritated before was even more red, and maybe a bit bigger this time. I can't remember. It was 4 a.m. I was like, that's not great. And then went back to bed. I mean, there wasn't anything I could do about it. I didn't—
See, I've had hives. Well, isn't hives when the skin is like, it gets kind of like a bubble, kind of? It's like, you know when you get a mosquito bite, you get a little bubble? But hives are kind of like that, but like larger, and they're kind of like a lot more. Isn't that hives? And it's really itchy? Because I've had hives before, and they only, like, I'm allergic to, when did this happen? Last summer, I went on, like, over the last year and a half, my mental state's gone downhill. I've mentioned this in videos, and I went on, anti-depressants. I think that's how you spell it. And I was only on it for, like, a week, but, like, one of them, because I was on different ones, and one of them, I started, like, getting hives from. So, yeah, I stopped that. And one of them, I felt like I was choking, but that's, like, the only time when I actually have had hives. And they suck.
have any anti-itch cream or anything. All I've got is an expired bottle of mini ibuprofens and a dried out cleaning wipe. The next morning after a bad night's sleep, I got out of bed and whoop, it spread to my back.
Oh ho ho!
Yep, this is not good. Did I do anything about it? Nope. I was like, whoop, I sure hope this cures itself somehow.
You didn't do anything about it? You just didn't think of going to the store and getting like an anti-allergy medication?
I'm gonna go to work now. But after like an hour of sweating from discomfort and getting nothing done, I decided, yeah, I should probably go to urgent care. So I went to urgent care. Have you eaten anything new or that you're allergic to? No. Have you taken any medication that's new or you're allergic to? No. Have you been bitten by any bugs you might be allergic to?
Maybe Ari isn't what you're allergic to, but maybe Ari has some kind of bug or something, and that's what was biting you.
No. Looks like dermatitis. So I got a
I was thinking it was going to be the other one.
dermatitis diagnosis, picked up the pills and lotion he prescribed me, and by the time I got home, I was so itchy it started to feel like actual pain. I ran into my room and immediately took the medication and started hoping I would feel better soon. All I could do was lay on my bed and do nothing because every time I moved or touched something, it would send shocks of pain and irritation down my body, and I preferred not to have that. I decided to...
I'm glad, you know, the hives or whatever the frig I... Because, like, I've had... like the bumps that are really itchy and they're kind of like red or whatever, but like they weren't like crazy like this. Why didn't she just go get like anti-allergy medication? I don't understand. That would have solved this problem.
Call my friend to tell them what was happening to keep my mind off everything and use them for moral support because I was going crazy. After maybe an hour, I was like, actually, I think I feel absolutely worse. Everywhere I put the lotion was even more red and itchy. It was spreading to my legs and hands, and I felt like I provoked the devil. This must be the karma for swearing that one time. I told my friend, I'm in so much pain and discomfort, I can't think straight, and I've been sitting on the floor not being able to move for 30 minutes. What should I do? Go to the hospital? You think so? Yes, go to the hospital.
No. Go to the friggin', I don't know, get some anti-allergy medication. Would that not fix this? I don't know. Like, you would think it would, because that's what I'd take if I'm having that.
I don't know, maybe if I just wait a bit more, go to the hospital. Okay. I arrived at the hospital and hobbled in the best I could because the feeling of my shoes and clothes rubbing against my skin made me want to cry. They were really busy, so I had to sit on a bench in a hallway for about an hour. I was finally taken to a bed, given a shot along with a mystery pill, and about 40 minutes later, I felt better. But they kept me there for 4 more hours just to be safe. By the time I got home, I was sighing with relief. It felt so good to not be in total body pain and wanting to claw my...
I want to know what she is allergic to. I think it has to be Ari. Because there's no other reason for this to happen unless she was been eating something that she didn't mention or something like that.
Skin off. I'd forgotten that feeling. The hospital gave me a new prescription because they were like, pretty sure you have hives, not dermatitis. But I didn't get it filled because it was late and I figured I could just get the new medication tomorrow since I was feeling alright. The good thing was I was feeling better and had the right diagnosis.
So now you're gonna let Ari climb over you?
But the scary thing that got me worried was this all started when Ari was on me. The flare-up started in the exact area he was sitting on the other night, so if I hadn't eaten or done anything different from my usual day-to-day life, could that mean I developed a really bad allergic reaction to him? So that terrified.
That would suck if so. But maybe Ari just has like a bugs or something, and that was what caused it.
Fried me a bit. Anyways, I had plans to see my family for Christmas and was worried that I'd have to miss my flight because of this, but things seemed all good now. 1 a.m., woke up, itchy. It was back and ready to absolutely...
Oh, maybe it isn't Ari then. If you didn't touch Ari, then it's not Ari. Then what is it? Like, can stress make you break out in hives? I think it can.
Just kick my teeth in. I wasn't freed from this hive's curse. I'd only escaped its grasp for a few hours. It wasn't at its worst yet, but I knew it wouldn't take long to get there, so I raced to the nearest 24-hour pharmacy to pick up my new prescription, took it, and then just got an Uber to the airport because I couldn't sleep. Early flight? Not really. I'm just getting there early. Well, it's always good to be early for flights. When is it? 3 p.m.
She is acting like most dads who want to be there a full 24 hours before departure.
I tried to get a bit of sleep in the airport, but It didn't work. The good thing was that the prescription was doing a relatively good job at keeping back the hives. I could still feel the itchy, but it was like muffled, if that makes sense. I got on my flight and
I can't wait to find out the diagnosis to why you're having this problem. Because if it isn't alright, that is, what else have you been doing? If you haven't been doing anything different than normal, is it your clothing maybe that you've developed an allergy to? I don't understand.
no problems and landed in Arizona to my very calm parents who were like, hives? Are you okay? How'd you get hives? Are you okay? The hives had been manageable the whole day until I was getting ready to go to bed and they started flaring up again. This time worse than ever. I thought I'd experienced pain before, but the hives were mocking me. The previous ones were teasers. This time they were dishing up the main course. Everything was put into mega gear, served up on the grill of Gordon Ramsay himself. See if you like this, bit. Ah!
Oh, you were very close to saying the naughty word. Very close to saying the naughty word, Jaden. Okay, I gotta go look this up. Okay, yeah, so what I think I had was probably a very, very, very mild form of hives, like from like the reaction to the medication I was on. Because I would have a few bumps, but they weren't like crazy like the way it is displayed on Jaden. Because I went up and I just looked up hive pictures, and some of them are like crazy, where everything's just red. Oh, it's crazy. So I guess that's what Jaden had. But like me, I just have a few bumps here and there. They're just very itchy and very annoying. But I couldn't imagine being in Jaden's situation with how bad hers are. Yeah, I just wanted to go look up pictures of hives just to make sure that, yeah, you know, I knew what I was talking about.
Off to the hospital we went, 12 o'clock at night. We arrived at a normal hospital first, and by the time we arrived, I could barely walk. I was in so much pain and agony. I shuffled in, hunched over like I was 95 years old and about to just fall over and turn to dust immediately. Also, I was actually crying at this point. No, oh, I'm gonna cry, this hurts, boo-hoo. Nah, this time was like, yeah, time to cry now. I wasn't having a good time. We sat there for maybe 40 minutes and no one was helping us, so my dad asked how long they estimated the wait would be, to which they said an hour, so we were like...
An hour from the 40 minutes? So that's an hour and 40 minutes in total?
My dad decided to take me to a local urgent care because they've got a family friend who works there. It was more familiar, and also probably less busy. We arrived and had a bit of a wait, but I was finally admitted into a room. The doctor walked in and was like, "Yep, looks like hives," and stuck me with an EpiPen. I'm lucky enough to
An EpiPen, so it is an allergy that she has? What is she allergic to?
not have any really bad allergies like peanuts or something. I know a good amount of people who are like, lol, if I sniff the smallest dust fragment of a peanut, my body...
Isn't that the SpongeBob? You know, when the guy smells stuff, he's like... Wasn't that the face? Look at this.
Of people who are like, lol,
Look, right
if
here.
I sniff the smallest dust...
That is the face of that SpongeBob guy. You know when he breathes with it, SpongeBob's breath?
fragment of a peanut, my body will just give up on me. So they have an EpiPen on them at all times. I'm allergic to cats, but they just make me sneeze, so I've never experienced the magic of an EpiPen before. And my God, that thing was like Jesus just being injected straight into my blood. Within seconds, my body started feeling better, and all of my hives cleared up immediately. If you've never almost died from an allergic reaction, I totally hope you have one, just
Don't say that, I don't want to.
so you can experience the magic of an EpiPen. I mean,
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at you like, what the frig? I don't want that.
I hope you never almost die. But I'm just saying, if you do. Anyway, problem solved. The doctor didn't...
The problem isn't solved. This is a cure to the symptom. The problem is that you're allergic to something and you don't know what it is. So this issue is gonna keep popping up until you find out what, you know, the actual problem is.
really say anything else. He kind of just gave me the EpiPen and sent me on my way when he saw I was doing better, which, fair enough. I went to bed in relief. Finally, it was all over. I can
Maybe it's something on the, I don't know, like something on the bed that would make it get worse.
have a nice Christmas after all with my family and live on in peace. 8 a.m. Woke up. Hives all over. This time, I wanted to just close my eyes again and perish. Oh, this was
I would love that animation.
fun. This was the worst it had ever been.
It must be from the blanket or something. Or maybe something maybe it's like a type of clothing that you're wearing that you're allergic to.
I didn't even know it was possible to experience this level of itchy combined with unbearable pain. I was in awe. It's amazing how absolutely torturous this pain is right now. And I haven't even been stabbed. The day before, when I said it was in Mega Gear and the main course, I was kidding. This was one of those meals where they give you the appetizers and the main course, but surprise, the dessert is a knuckle sandwich. All the hives in the world were like, this one, let's get this one. I was covered in bumps and red. My mom looked at me right before we were about to go to urgent care and
why do you keep going back to urgent care? It should be the exact same thing. Like, I understand, yes, you need to get the pain dealt with, but are you guys not learning that you can get as many EpiPens as you want? It's not curing the actual problem. It's just dealing with the symptom. It must be something you're wearing or something on the bed that's making it worse, or something you're eating. I don't know.
I don't think there's any words that could describe how absolutely abhorrent and atrocious I felt. The itchiness was so extreme, it felt like needles all over. Every time something just grazed my skin, it felt like, yep, it's time to die. See y'all later. Arrived at urgent care, couldn't move, looked like a boiled, diseased shrimp. This time we got Dr. Cruz, our family friend I mentioned earlier. He's super nice and caring and an amazing doctor to go along with it. First of all, I got another EpiPen.
Jaden is developing an addiction to them at this point.
Yay! And then he prescribed me like 4 new medications, none of which I remember the names of, but one of them was steroids. I can
woohoo! Time to get jacked, baby. Woo!
now say I've been on steroids before. So yeah, I can probably beat you all in football now. I'll cut the fat and just say the medications Dr. Cruz prescribed me were it. They were the ones that blocked the hives and helped me recover. I've been freed for the first time in 3 days, and they never came back after that. I took some blood tests and turns out I didn't test positive in any allergic reaction.
What? You're not allergic to any? Okay, what? What?
They looked for. I was able to come home and Ari didn't make me flare up, so I wasn't allergic to him. That was a huge relief. I had to seriously consider if I would have to get rid of Ari if he was the one giving me hives, because I just couldn't live with hives that extreme. But it wasn't, so we're good. The only thing we could conclude was it was just caused by a huge buildup of stress.
I knew stress can give you hives, because I've gotten shingles from stress, and shingles are you don't want to look them up, they're freaking gross, but you know, although they kind of hurt, at the same time it felt good itching them, like felt really good itching them, so I've been kind of wanting them again. Maybe I'm a bit of a masochist, I don't know, but I know stress can make you break out in like hives or shingles, and I know it can do a damage on your immune system, but I can't believe stress is the only thing that, you know, causes it for you. That's crazy.
I'd been really busy and burnt out from a bunch of conventions and traveling up until that point, so they said, yeah, stress combined with an immune system glitch is probably what caused it. We don't know what else it could be. And we're like, all right. And I haven't had hives since. So moral of...
So did you stop doing all these like conventions and whatnot, and then have you tried going off your medication just to see if your hives will come back? Because maybe if it was from all the stress and everything, if you just, you know, you just de-stress, you know, you don't go to any more conventions or anything like that, you know, you take it easy, you know, and after a couple of weeks, your immune system and everything should be bumped up again. Then, you know, you might be able to go off the medication and you might be fine. You know, don't take my advice. I'm just wondering if, because, you know, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just wondering, would that work? Because if stress is what's caused it, if you take away the stress in your life, by that logic, you would think you wouldn't get it anymore. You know, I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm just thinking, baby.
The story is, take breaks before your immune system turns on you. Because let me tell you, your immune system does not hold back.
Just wanted to make this clear. I'm all good now. This happened back in December, and I've been fine ever since, so don't worry.
Well, it's good to hear you're fine. I just want to know if you decide to go off the medication and if this would come back.
I've been doing well in terms of convention burnout as well, mainly because I haven't gone to any because they're all canceled, but hey, it works. But yeah, in the future I think I'm gonna have to stop going to some conventions just because it's getting more and more hard to handle them.
Yeah, maybe just do one a year, you know? 1 or 2 a year, one every 6 months.
Enjoy being able to see and meet you guys in person, but yeah, it's getting really hard for me because they're a lot to handle for me mentally, and
yeah, I don't even think I could do one of them. I don't like being in public spaces. I don't like people looking at me. I couldn't do it. It's just not, you know, in my personality. But anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I enjoyed this. I'm surprised she wasn't allergic to anything. I'm surprised it was just stress that, you know, caused it. So yeah, that was interesting. I mean, I guess it's good that you weren't really allergic to anything that would have caused it, because if it was Ari, that would suck, losing your close pet. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys liked this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, hit subscribe to the family. I think I'd rate this out of a 10 for a Jaden animation video. I really liked it. I think it's definitely one of her more entertaining ones because of how chaotic it was. I think I'd rate this out of a 10, probably like 7.5. And yeah, make sure you guys go subscribe to Jaden Animations. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Boop.